Judge Harris, do you have the cause number and the defendant's name on this one?
I do. It's
Okay.
F228-24. His name is Raymond Hector Chavez, Chavez.
Okay. And does he have an attorney?
Miss Bowman.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. All right. Mr. Chavez, can you hear me down there?
Yes.
All right. And I've got these plea papers back from you that you signed. Did you understand what you signed?
Um, my lawyer talked to me about it.
Okay.
And one thing, you got to excuse me, I have ADHD real bad. And that 3 years,
Yes,
I
sir.
think, okay, I don't know. Does that mean up to 10 years?
No, sir. Let me explain this, and then if you and Miss Bowman need to talk, it is a third-degree felony, which means it is punishable by from 2 to 10 years. The agreement, as I understand it, would be you would be sentenced to 3 years, that you would get credit for whatever time that you've already spent on this 3-year sentence. And of course, no one can tell anyone when they will be parole eligible, but this is not a kind of case where you have to serve half of it or anything else. It's just what we would call a regular parole eligibility case, where when your regular time and your good time equals 1/4 of your sentence, you become eligible. Doesn't mean you'll automatically get it, but it does mean you're eligible. And so the 3 years is what my understanding of the agreement is, but it's the range is 2 to 10. In other words, if you went to a jury and a jury found you guilty, they could sentence as little as 2, as much as 10.
I understand. Look,
All right.
is it okay if I speak?
Yes, sir. But
I just wanted to take
go ahead.
into consideration because of my wife's health. I almost lost her a few weeks ago
Okay.
before I turned myself in my medical condition. And
Well, let me back up, okay? I'm the judge. I don't get in the middle of changing things. My
yeah,
understanding is this is an agreement. If it's an agreement, I'll approve it. If it's not, then I can set it for a trial at some other time. I will. There are medical units, and I will recommend if you have health problems that you go to a medical unit.
okay, I'm in agreement.
All right. Then the court will call F228-24. It's styled the state versus Raymond Hector Chavez, and that's your name, correct, sir?
Yes.
And you are charged, as we talked about a minute ago before we really started, with this third-degree felony, failure to register as a sex offender. These plea papers indicate to me that you understand what you're charged with and that you are entering a plea of guilty before the court. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
And that you understand that when I accept that plea agreement that we talked about just a minute ago, the 3 years, that of course that'll be as far as this case goes. There'll be no appeals. You will get credit for that time you've already spent since you turned yourself in, and if there was any other time. If you're not a citizen of the United States, you would be deported. I'm assuming you are a citizen of the United States. Is that correct?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So you don't have to worry about that. As I said, the plea agreement is for 3 years, which means you're waiving your right to a jury trial, confessing to the offense. And as I said, that 3-year sentence would be the end of the matter. Since you're represented by Ms. Bowman, I'll presume that you're ended. I'll give you credit for serving out your court cost. Is that your agreement, sir?
Yes, does that mean I do the full 3 years?
No, as I explained earlier, you will be
Okay.
eligible for parole once your good time and your regular time equals 1/4 of your sentence. But I cannot guarantee when a person will receive
Okay.
parole, but just that they're eligible at that time.
Thank you.
All right. The one other thing is, are you thinking clearly here today and know what we're doing?
Yes, yes.
All right. Ms. Bowman, do you believe your client is competent, and is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
It is, Your Honor, and just to kind of backtrack, we do waive the reading as well.
All right.
But yes, we've gone over the parole eligibility issues. I do believe that there are some significant health issues, but I do believe he's competent.
All right. And as I said, I'll make the jail aware if that he might need to go to a medical unit. Mr. Boyle, does the state have any evidence it wishes to offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would offer States 1, which includes a written judicial confession.
No objection, Your Honor.
States 1 is admitted. Then Raymond Hector Chavez, the court finds you guilty as charged in the indictment, sentences you to 3 years in the Institutional Division, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, assesses court costs, but I'll give you credit for serving those out. The court will talk to the jail, recommend that if you need to go to a medical unit, that they make that arrangement. As I said earlier, since the court followed your plea agreement, I don't believe there's any right to appeal. The court does find the defendant competent if I failed to say so, and we will be in recess. Thank you all.